Baby, when I tell you the Chinese vendors are not playing, I mean they are not playing. They are here to expose the secrets of these luxury brands. Guys, when I took a walk on the streets of TikTok, let me tell you, these guys are spewing all the secrets about the luxury brands. Like, they're literally singing like a canary. They're not about to stop anytime soon. Like, this tariff, in a way, has exposed the dirty secrets of these luxury brands. For years, they've been, exploiting, so to speak, exploiting people of their hard-earned money, right? I mean, their brand names are not just to be sold to anybody, right? So a common person like me cannot afford to buy all these luxury brands, right? But the Chinese vendors are about to let us know you can get it for literally less than what you have ever expected, right? So it's crazy, and it's maddening to even know that such thing as that has been happening. But it's been like that for years. A lot of people have been saying that most of the goods we have, most of the brands, most of the luxury brands that have been worshipped for years, they've been produced and manufactured in China. It's been in the works, it's been out there, but people wouldn't want to even believe that, right? But I have a few videos for you to take a look, so have a watch.
Do you know who is producing high-quality accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal?
You're saying you're the supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? L'Oreal, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel.
Last week we also received an order, Royston. Yeah, the comb like 20,000 pieces, one color.
Now show me your factory, show me the production line.
Here, this is our cutting room. So you can see the machine, here color clip, and here comb there. After cutting, we can take the color clips out like this. Here's our molding area. Take off the plate. After make the mold, mold the shape, so we can include the spring and flower accessories.
This is like the final touch up. You have to polish and check like
defective.
Quality control.
Here's our coating plate. On the surface, we will spray a drawing effect. Here's our painting plate. Here is one of our warehouse. Here is our material area. All the acetate board we have ordered here.
Oh, tell me, what is this? This is like PVC or acrylic?
Acetate material. The material is eco-friendly and more durable and flexible than PVC or acrylic materials.
Okay.
It's the most expensive material.
How expensive?
For this one, for example, this one like 50 RMB one piece.
One piece, 50 RMB.
50 RMB.
And the cost of it.
Yeah.
Your made in Italy Gucci 80% come from Chinese factory. They just add the logo in Europe to make you pay the price of 10 times. Close your eyes. If your hammer says made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's not quality issue. It's luxury brand washing. Fun fact, the hand stitching your product, 42% are Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap, we do underrated luxury. Why pay 2,000 Europe for Parisian air? Same leather, same craft, just without the European fairy tale facts. Be a luxury rebel, you can shop on Chinese platforms such as Taobao, 1688, Tianmao, Jingdong. You can even go directly to Guangzhou, Yiwu, Quanzhou, Wenzhou to buy. Don't know how to buy, how to pay, or arrange delivery? Just PM me. GoNest to provide free shopping guidance and shipping services for you.
Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Some of their yoga wears are actually from Xianglong Clothing and Hongqisheng Clothing. And guess what? Both factories located in Yiwu here. And these two factories also supply clothing for Fila and Under Armour. I guess most of you know the price of Lululemon or other big brands. They sell you a legging pants for $100. And guess what? Here in these two factories, you can get them for around $5 to $6. Crazy! And what's even better? The material and the craftsmanship are basically the same because they all come the same production line. See, this is why people come to China and looking for the OEM factory, because they just can get the cheapest and best quality product from there and sell you, I don't know how much. Alright guys, if you want to know more about Lululemon or any other active wear brands, leave your message in the comment section. I'm Luna, your reliable sourcing partner. Louis Vuitton and Chanel will hate me if I tell you this, revealing the secret behind big brand. Let's go! Hang Long from Singapore, or Tariffs for their landscape from France. Tannery Haas, Italian Tannery, Fight. Labri Tecna from Italy. Guess where I found all those secret suppliers? All in APIF, Hong Kong. It's only the first day of this exhibition. There are still 2 more days to go. Don't miss this, come over and check it out.
Who paid the tariff on it? The Chinese government pays the tariff.
What is it talking about? I'm not kidding, but the top comment under this video is So who is paying the tariffs on Chinese goods? Some lad actually believe that Chinese government is paying the tariffs. And the truth? The cost falls on businesses and the consumers. Factories won't absorb the losses. They are not in the business of losing money. And importers won't take the hit either. They will just pass the cost down the supply chain. And guess who's left to pay more at checkout? You, the consumer. Still not convinced? Just take a look at your local supermarket price. Oh, and the egg doesn't count.
European luxury companies tried to blame America's tariffs for the recent price hikes, but were unexpectedly exposed by China, who revealed the insanely greedy markups they're actually charging. Multiple European luxury brands, including Prada, Gucci, and Chanel, recently raised their already sky-high prices. These companies argued that the increases were necessary in order to protect their businesses and employees from the financial effects of the tariffs. However, this excuse angered owners of manufacturing companies in China, who took to social media to reveal that these European companies are raising prices purely out of greed. They claim that even at a 20 to 50% tariff rate, the prices these brands charge ensure that they will still make a profit of more than 2,000%, and they have actual evidence to back up these claims, as one poster who operates an OEM factory which produces the actual products that these luxury companies put their brand on and sell to consumers. He showed that one bag, which retails at $38,000, actually only costs about $1,400 to manufacture, which is a markup of more than 2,700%.
Made in Italy, made in China, or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way, because some brands get real creative when it comes to made-in labels, bringing that Chinese labor to the European land to protect that fancy labels while cutting costs everywhere else. But what does these maiden labels really mean? I've seen leather goods from all over the world, and honestly, the country name on the label means almost nothing to me. It's who made it and how. But for consumers, that label still hits hard. And for that reason, some brands hide made in China labels deep in the bag in dark fonts. Because let's admit it, we flinch when we see that, especially on a luxury leather bag. Here's the truth though. Every country has a range of quality in the craftsmanship. Italy, mostly mid to high quality, and some exceptional stuff, while some terrible goods. China, on the other hand, a good chunk on the low end to mid. Yes, but also a sliver at the top tier. And yes, world-class work is also coming out of China at smaller quantities. These charts change in time. Economics shift, skills evolve. And guess what? China has been doing the work. Decades of intense manufacturing built some serious skills. I was in Guangzhou last month. Gasoline cars almost gone. Their EVs look amazing, drive smooth, and they are everywhere. Maybe that's why Elon Musk suddenly became a politician. He sees what's coming. China isn't just copying anymore. They start to innovate. And the same thing is happening in leather, quietly. They've got skilled hands because they have been doing the work. In summary, labels do not guarantee quality. They just suggest a probability within that distribution chart. And guess what? You don't need to rely on that chance. You've got eyes, hands, and the experience. Feel the leather. Judge the craft, not the country. More importantly, what do you think about maiden labels when buying leather goods? And where should we explore in the leatherverse next? Drop a comment below and let's go there together.
2025 is the year of exposure, is the year of revealing our secrets, is the year of knowing what has been happening under there without our knowledge, right? 2025 is going to be a year of revelation. It's going to be a year that a lot of these things that had been swept under the racks are going to come to the open, and everyone is going to see what has been actually happening, right? I mean, why would someone go and splurge this so much amount on something that ordinarily wouldn't even cost you nothing to get them, right? You know, I know people like the big names, people like to associate themselves with, you know, riches, wealth. I have these, I can buy these, I can do all of, you know, stuff like that. But this year is gonna be a year of revelation, guys. And I just love that people are waking up to the realization that you've been wasting your money half of the time buying all these luxury items thinking that they are worth the money, you know. And don't get me wrong, some of the products they have in China, because people used to say they have substandard products, some of the products or some of the goods or luxury whatever that they manufactured in China, I mean, some of them have good quality, right? Not all of them have substandard, you know, quality, but they have good quality. But this is like an expose of that these products, for the most part, are not really what they seem to be.
I'm exposing the luxury brands who have stolen from African tribes and given them no credit at all. The Louis Vuitton monogram was made in 1896, but parts of it was actually stolen from a Kwili tribal mask. The Louis Vuitton damier bean was stolen from the Cuba chief's formal attire from the Cuba kingdom in Congo, Africa. The Versace Greca print was also stolen from the Cuba tribe and the Fumban tribe in Cameroon. The Louis Vuitton men's collection in 2012 was inspired by the Masai Shuka, a traditional African blanket cast in colourful shades of red and blue. The design stolen from the Maasai tribe of Kenya and Tanzania. Louis Vuitton also created in 2014 the tribal mask chain wallet. Is it just inspiration or is it cultural appropriation, and should these tribes be compensated with the profits that these brands are getting?
Hey, luxury designer brand, why do your leather handbags cost thousands of dollars? Well, sir, we gathered the finest leathers from around the world in their hand. Let me call your factory. Hello, luxury designer brand handbag factory. How much does it cost to make one of these leather handbags? Well, the leather material is anywhere from 30 to 50 bucks depending on the size of the bag. And what about labor? Well, labor is beyond cheap here. We have factories all over Southeast Asia. What we do is get the bag 75-90% of the way finished, ship it off to Eastern Europe, they finish it there, slap on a Made in Italy logo, 50x the price, $10,000. Get this, kid, it's largely Chinese immigrants in those Italian factories doing the final assembly, and a lot of them are undocumented, so they're working for pennies on the dollar, even in Italy. Interesting. Sorry, what was that you were saying about finest material and handcrafted? Not to mention, the majority of these type of designer brands make their money from the lower and middle class who want to look rich. If you're really interested in genuine leather products, you could probably find some sort of local craftsman. And keep following though for more daily finance tips.
Right? I just love that the Americans are waking up to the realization that you guys are one of their biggest customers when it comes to luxury items, right? Like me, you know, the only time I ever got to get one of such luxury items was when I went to a thrift shop. You know, back home it's cheaper, you know, buying from thrift shop, very, very cheap, you know.
What the hell? 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 What the hell?
So the next time you think you finna go into a Hermes or however you say that shit, LV store and get one of them bags, just remember China just came out and said that they've been making the bags for the U.S. Huh? What? Not the designer. Not the designer that these young people be selling their soul, their integrity, and their morals for. So you mean to tell me the bags that they overcharging in the U.S. stores like LV, Prada, Gucci, Christian Dior? Remember that shit came out just a few years ago. Yeah, them bags being made in China by the same people. By the same people. People that paid these prices. Are y'all okay right now?
Who are the suppliers behind Salomon, Timberland, New Balance, Adidas, Nike, la 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 la? First, Baocheng Factory, one of the world's largest OEM sports shoe manufacturer. It is like a Foxconn in the shoemaking industry. During its heyday, it has over 100,000 employees in just one of its factories in Dongguan. What even surprised me is that it owns an independent brand called YY Sport. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas, same as like Locker in America and JD Sports in England.
So I'm guessing it's safe to say that China is currently winning this trade war. And all y'all motherfuckers that be out here when I was talking about reps and retail are the same fucking thing because they're coming from the same fucking place out there in China, y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all said I was making shit up. See, all those fake talking points that we've been using since the Cold War, about child labor, sweat, they don't do that shit. That's not how shit work over there. It's not. But, good old American propaganda, American exceptionalism, we just think we're the best over here. The whole time, we really the ones living in sweatshop. And it all got exposed to the average American when they did this TikTok shutdown. And everybody flocked to Red App, and we saw how bad we were living in poverty over here. They got high-speed rails, affordable clothes, affordable fucking food. You know what I'm saying? The affordable housing. Whole time, we over here struggling in the slums. Then we over here going band for band on this trade shit. And we losing. Because they've been doing it. They've been preparing for this moment for decades, bro. They've been aligning themselves with the global south to replace our American consumerism so they could take the brunt of this bullshit, and it's working. They're literally flying goods into Vietnam in order to avoid the tariffs because and they're getting their goods brought into Vietnam and then flying them from there to China to avoid some of that tariff shit. They have the logistical supply chain and manufacturing means to take the brunt of this shit and come out on the positive end of what we can know. So America's been, bullying people for the longest. It's not working right now. Then look what they did with I Show Speed. That's how they're getting the younger generation to see like, okay, we're not that bad. They got I Show Speed to come out there to China and basically give them free promotion for like about 10 days. I think he used that 10-day visa-free shopping thing that they're offering, people to come out there and just buy stuff and see China. So we're losing socially, we're losing culturally, we're losing economically. The last thing that you can do is go to war. I'm telling you, it's coming, bro. They've literally eradicated poverty, damn near. I think 90% of their population is in the middle class. But then you got Americans that'll say oh, well, middle class for them is $15,000 a year. Yeah, but when their rent is $200, you know what I'm saying? Their food is $1. What are we really doing here? You know what I'm saying? They can live a comfortable middle class life on $17,000 to $43,000 out there. Meanwhile, you got people in America making well over 6 figures and live paycheck to paycheck. See, but that's what happens when you have unchecked capitalism and you allow corporate entities and CEOs to take over and, basically suck everything dry from the middle class, aka Reagan. This is when all it started, Reagan. Meanwhile, in China, their focus is the people. This is not vouching for them or any of that. It's just noticing the stark difference in between letting corporate greed and the dollar run a country versus people who care and understand the importance of supporting the people to get what you want.
Louis Vuitton have seemingly reacted to all of the videos going viral over social media of manufacturers in China saying they make all of their stuff. A factory video from China has gone viral, and now people are seriously doubting the truth behind expensive fashion brands. One factory worker revealed that some of the biggest names in fashion, including Louis Vuitton and Zara, secretly get a lot of their stuff made in cities like Dongguan and Guangdong. Even though these brands brag about being made in Europe, the video claims that more than half of Louis Vuitton's bags are actually made in China. People online were blown away when they heard that most of the silk used by Louis Vuitton comes from a factory in Hangzhou called Huaxili. It didn't stop there either. The worker said a manager told him it costs around $15 to make something that looks exactly like one of their luxury items. The biggest reason this is upsetting fans is that these brands charge thousands for each product, saying it's all premium, handmade stuff. Now, many are starting to feel like they've been misled and taken advantage of, especially when the final product may not be much different from cheaper versions. And now, a statement has been released to the press, seemingly from a source close to Louis Vuitton. In their statement, the source close to the brand said, "Louis Vuitton want everyone to know that what these people are saying is completely false and untrue. And they want everyone to understand that every item LV releases is made under meticulously high standards. At least it's been addressed, so it might not be true. However, we're going to have to wait to see if there's any real evidence for them making their clothes in China. Despite their statement, what's really getting attention is the idea that this might only be the beginning. People are already talking about how other workers from different factories might come forward soon. If that happens, it could completely shift the way the world looks at luxury brands and how they really operate behind the scenes. But not everyone's mad about it. Some people said they don't really care where it's made because what they're really paying for is the brand name and the status that comes with it. So even with the truth out there, not everyone plans to stop buying. For this video's comment question, do you believe Louis Vuitton? Before you go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for daily news updates on your favorite celebs. Thanks a lot for watching.
Now that China has been coming out this last few weeks or last few days all over TikTok showing us that every luxury good that we buy, and I mean every single luxury good that we buy, are made in the same exact factory, the reals and the fake. They're all the same leathers, the same manufacturers, the same tools, everything is made in the same place. They simply send the fake ones, they're not fake, they're real, to like DHgate, Canal Street, Santee Alley, and they send the real ones to Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Fendi, Prada. But they're made exactly the same. There's absolutely no difference. Now that we know this information, now it's public, I feel very vindicated. Do you guys remember when I was doing my Quiet Luxury series and how much backlash I used to get from Black people because we consume the most luxury goods out of any other ethnic group in the world, out of any group in the world? And when I would do my Quiet Luxury series, people would get so mad, and I would say, I'm simply telling you to save your money. If you really want to buy luxury, buy Quiet Luxury, because you will feel it on your skin. You would know you're wearing luxury. But if you're spending money buying Gucci, Fendi, Prada, you might as well go to Canal Street or Santee Alley or DHgate and buy them there. Save your money and use it to invest in your 401k, your stock portfolio, because the wealthy, the rich do not wear these things. I was a personal assistant and a wardrobe cleaner for one of the most famous, probably one of the most famous, if not the famous person ever when I first got to LA. And 90% of her luxury goods were fake. And I would ask, why? But you have so much money. Why do you wear so much fake stuff? And she will say, how dumb will I be to buy the real thing when they're made from the same place, exactly the same place? So 14 years ago, I had this knowledge, and I brought that knowledge over to TikTok, and you guys would, I mean, I made so many enemies. All your favorite Black influencers all hated me, which is what led it to my cancellation. But I would try to tell you guys, like, yes, it's okay for you guys to watch their very luxurious life. That's fine. Or their unboxing, that's fine. But if you can't afford it, go to DHgate or go to Canal Street and go buy it, and then save your money and invest in your stock portfolio. Because I promise you, they probably can't afford it either, okay? And they're just doing this to like to be flashy, which is what the Black culture is, right? It's like the more Gucci, Fendi, Prada you are, the more successful you are. But I promise you, now that we know, we have evidence that they're made exactly the same way, I feel so vindicated. I think it's because I don't know how to articulate myself well because I'm on the spectrum or something. But I always feel like everything I say is true. It's just in the moment, I don't know how to articulate myself, and I will always get backlash, and 2-3 years later, I will be vindicated. This has been the story of my whole life. Like, my whole life, it's been like that. And I remember saying that to you guys all the time. If you really want to buy loud luxury, just buy the fake ones and save your money. And I will get so much backlash. Like, why are you walking around with a big Gucci belt doing commercials for brands who make it for 12 cents in China? And you're walking around with this thing advertising for them for free. And oh my God, the backlash I would get at the time, which led to my cancellation, was because of, I would say things like that. Stop buying this loud luxury. Another thing that I wanted to say also is because I remember when I got robbed at the time, if you're a follower of mine, you know that I got robbed in my apartment, my high rise at the time. And I remember walking into my apartment after I got robbed. I was like, I promise you, all my actual luxury will be safe because they don't know. Like the people who robbed me, I knew who they were. And so they don't know what luxury is. They think it's the Gucci, Fendi, Prada. And I was right. They stole all my Gucci, my Fendi, my Prada, everything that was logo. And they literally moved all my Loro Piana, my Zegna, everything that was actually luxury. They moved them to the side and they thought that it wasn't luxury. And I was so relieved, you know. And I think that's why a lot of celebrities also wear the fake stuff, because really, like, you could get robbed and you're getting robbed for $20 or you're getting robbed for $3,000. Pick one. But I'm so happy and I feel so vindicated that I was right all along, because I knew this information from a very famous person 14 years ago who only wore fake items, and she will say it's the same thing. I was right. I say all that to say, if you really want to feel luxurious, you want to feel glamorous, it's a feeling. Luxury is a feeling. And if you want to wear that feeling, purchase quiet luxury items, because you can actually feel it. You can feel it on your body that you're wearing luxury. Like when I wear Loro Piana, when I wear Brunello Cucinelli, I know that I'm wearing luxury because I can feel it, even though there's no logos on it. But I would never walk around with Gucci, Fendi, Prada on my body because I know where they're made. And I know that I'll be wearing items that could cause me to get sick, you know, and for what? For $5,000, $10,000 when they're made for $2. And if I really, really want to be flashy and I want the whole world to think I'm rich, because that's what loud luxury is. You just want people to think you're rich. You're not actually rich. Then I will go to Canal Street and go buy fake ones, or Santee Alley. Anyway, I feel so vindicated and you guys owe me an apology. Bye.
Does anybody have the Louis Vuitton from China and a Louis Vuitton that they got at the designer store? Because I need to see a side by side. I have to know if there's any discrepancies or any differences, or is it the exact same thing? Because I'm starting to feel ripped the fuck off right now. I got a closet full of this shit that I paid thousands for. And you're telling me it's all been made in China and I could have just gone straight to China and gotten this shit? It just can't be the same. It cannot be the same. And if it is, damn, we all got fucking played. Well, not all of us, but a lot of us. Seriously, please don't tell me I got played. I refuse to believe that there's no difference.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, because we're spending our money on property. No, I'm lying, I'm not doing it.
I just love that the Americans are waking up to the realization that, oh, we've been literally, money had been taken more than it should, you know. I mean, there's this worship about these luxury items. Like, the level of materialism has made people to save up money just to buy these luxury items, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have the money, why not splurge it on such luxury items, right? I have nothing totally against it. But the way people worship it, this tariff, in a way, has literally opened the caca worms, right? Like it has taken off the bandage of the wound, literally, right? These are not new. They are not new. They've been like that for years. It's just that people are beginning to know that they've been robbed, literally, from their hard-earned monies. Just slap a logo on it and there you have it. You pay this exorbitant amount on such luxury items. One of the girls, like, she spent almost 100,000 on all her luxury items just to keep up with the Johnsons, guys. Now, don't get it twisted. It's good to, just like I said, spend your money because it's your money. But I feel, because this has been an eye-opener for those people that never knew that they've been, you know, robbed out of their hard-earned monies. But I feel this level of worship to material things needs to stop. I mean, it's good to invest your money, although they say the value of such items do not depreciate, rather they appreciate over time, right? It's a good tip, it's a good investment, but maybe you want to take a step back and, you know, relax on this so much spending on these luxury items and probably expand your portfolio in other investments, right? You know, but anyway, who am I to tell you how to use your money, right? I mean, it's just crazy that this year things are being unfolded right before our eyes. You know, I love good things of life. I love beautiful things. I love fashion. I love luxury items, but I ain't got no money for that. But for those people that have the money, maybe you might slow it down a bit. Maybe you might want to go to China and go to all those vendors, all those manufacturing warehouses, and, you know, get your stuff from there, you know, directly. You know, it won't cost you a bank, you know, to spend, or a fortune to spend on those luxury items. So guys, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think this year is gonna be a year of revelation, especially when, because Trump did this thing to kind of punish, but in a way it's revealing who has been a bigger problem than what the eyes could, you know, see. And now that everything is being exposed, you know, what do you think, guys? Leave your comments in the comment section, but please do me the honor and subscribe, okay? And also share this video with your friends, and also like, okay? Thank you, and see you in the next videos.